Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Company Heroes 1 or 2 replay. So on the left side as a blue US player who's a little bit idle, got Servan. Spawn as the yellow US player, we got YouKnowNothingJsnow. There's a lot of snow in the field. So what type of snow is J-Snow? Spawn on the right side as the magenta Okada player, got XMetal. And spawn as the red Okada player, got Shonuff9114. And blue's still idle here. If he goes... Okay, he does get in the game there. Generally, it's pretty late. It's going to be a very late advance. And plus, they're fighting against OKW. The more aggressive the two Axis... what's it call it? Axis factions. That's what I'm looking for. After all, this Gurmok, you can catch up pretty quickly, plus from the US. His team has gone for Pathfinders. He has gone for Urban Assault Company. We do have, of course, Yellow Blues going for a Rifleman into a Mortar. I disagree with the Mortar. They're fighting against double KW, so Mortar's not going to be super great. Reaction Squad can rip apart there. Shun Pioneer will get a good engagement there. Focus on the Rifleman. Rifle Squad did kind of shoot over there. And looks like a pretty fairly easy engagement there by the Shun Pioneers. Force back their Riflemen. Quite a bit of things in the Kuvagan does get forced back. They've got a wave of Riflemen. Pathfinder rear echelon squad there. Hands of Fuzio falling back to cover there. He has gone for the breakthrough doctrine, leaving the other player to go for a breakthrough, elite armor, or Overwatch. I have good feelings going to go for Overwatch. That garrison does get garrison. These four windows are completely fire-outable, as well as this one there, so all five guys can fire it out.
Supply hub getter is ready for orders.
Drone Pioneer does fall back there. Red has Red has pretty much captured the northern part of the map, since Blue had a very late start, and he's still not gotten another Rifleman squad in the field. Going for a Lieutenant. So not only did Blue have a slow start, he's also going for a slow start. The Mortar is definitely a bad call. Maybe we're just trying to stall out for Rangers, but Rangers are 3 VPs or CPs, which is quite a bit. Mortar does roll a miss there. Volkswagen is just advancing. He is taking time to focus on the Wounded Rifle Squad, which is easy to pick that one off. Mortar nails the Kuvagan. Mortar does get decrewed there, and the Volkswagens do fall back. And Los Magentas going to grab himself a Mortar. Very nice. Granted, the US Mortar is basically the worst mortar in the game, but a free Mortar is still a free Mortar. Yell's going for a ambulance. Very nice. He has 2 Pathfinders, Rifleman, Captain, and a rear echelon squad, who is currently building a bit of wire there. They're escaping the southern flank a little bit. Blue's falling back there, getting battered, bruised, and beaten.
Heavy truck, ready for orders.
Going for a 50 cal now. Luck, thanks to the Mortar donated, his opponent does have a good counter to it. City grenade thrown there. Captain does, of course, have the bar and the Thompson. So the Volkswagen is moving to force him back. Captain model does go down, so Thompson has gone down. But the bar is still an excellent weapon at close range.
Heavy machine gun team, ready for orders.
Volkswagens may or get wiped out by the Pathfinders. But the retreat accuracy did save him. Retreat inaccuracy, I should say. Magenda's not going for a flak half-track.
Half-track is now available for operations.
Blue's not pushing forward with Lieutenant and Rifleman there. And going for the Mortar. I really don't like the US Mortar. It is abysmal, in my opinion. Richard is also going for some G43s now. Kuvagan getting pinked a little bit by the captain, or by the lieutenant and the rifleman.
Light tank ready for action.
Looks now going by red. I was not expecting a looks, honestly. I wasn't paying close enough attention. So we've got a looks in the field. We probably have to go to Battle Group HQ afterwards. Jump fighters do fall back there. Against the 50 cal, this should be quite reasonable. Though it does also mean blue. He did see Lieutenant there, so the possibility of a Steward is likely from blue. Of course, he has not gotten the upgrade there. They're going for the double officer play, so it's actually going to be particularly good for red then. This looks. So then has to be careful about the M180 gun. Don't know how effective the 50 cal is versus the looks. It's generally not super useful against the light tanks. All the armor piercing abilities. Pathfinders and Rock Squad there. Force back the Volks, Grenadiers. And got the captain here.
Be advised, ability ready for deployment.
Volks advance way forward. Now the 6-pounder, or M180 gun, does get a good shot there. So I'm gonna fall back a little bit. Looks fall. Double looks? Okay, we got some sort of fancy play by red. I'm all for it. Been a while since last seen looks play, let alone double looks play. Does decrease both those weapons there. Looks like Magenta got a very nice flank squad as teammate. Does even steal the 50 cal as well. Pansper's leaders following him back. 50 cal needs to start running. No frags, of course, on the retreat path, and the black half-track firing away. But there may be enough firepower to decrew that 50 cal. Looks like not, though. And we've got a squad of, nope, 50 cal pair dropping in for yellow. Very nice. Of course, Magenta has both a mortar and a leg now. Red right now has double looks. Jaeger Light Infantry has actually selected the Overwatch Doctrine. Very nice. Probably should eye for the Battle Group HQ. It may need to eye a Puma next. And after that, probably another Puma. Then after that, another Puma. And he can either go then for the Suksufus or the left 18. Suksufus costs more fuel, left 18 costs more manpower. Pick your poison. I prefer cyanide.
Ready to execute.
Captain and Lieutenant center of the map there. Another M180 gun by the airborne player. We do have Bazooka Rangers.
Points are down to 300.
Looks like double Bazooka at the moment. Nope, triple Bazooka Rangers. I do like triple Bazooka Rangers. That should be pretty useful against the looks. Captain does get pinned down there. Black Cap Track. But backing off does not force fire to the ground. Black Cap Track receives some misses there. Does get pinned there. Frag grenade there on the cannon worker. And the Rangers do not take out the flat cap track. Mortar seems to do some good work there. Rangers may go down. Got two G43 kinds of Grenadiers. And it looks like the Rangers do manage to skip out of there. Mortar gets decreased, so Magenta can grab himself another mortar. Which maybe not a good idea. He's a little bit too high on support weapons. Another ranger supported by blue. He's lost a reaction squad and riflemen, so he has now 2 rangers and 2 officers. Looks fancy way forward, and he can probably focus on that rangers or the ambulance. Ambulance still alive. He does take it out there. There's been a heavy cover there, so good spot for the triple bazooka rangers. And let's just keep his distance. The rangers are in a very good position there with the heavy cover. M1AT gun in a good position there. Does hit this one and does sort of throw it away there. Bazooka from the reaction squads finish it off. Does finish off the looks there. Yeah, Red sort of threw it away. Folk Center's trick forward from over on the M1AT gun. And the Rangers managed to over on that other looks there as well. So Red sort of threw away the looks there. Though the Rangers had a little bit less warning. Then the M1AT gun slowly positioning around there and taking a shot. 18 gun does get the crew there. Bolt Screener is trying to get overran. He starts to be worried about cooked frags from the Rangers, but that flat cap track being clinked a bit hard there and gets actually Garen down. Though the bazookas greatly helped. Blue still has its medic squad in the field. We can use the heal up squads there. Jägerlamp needs to get hold fire turned off. Does have to sprint away. As well, bazooka's not good versus Jaeger infantry. Hold fire needs to be turned off. Or at least give attack order. Now he's going to give attack order. Jaeger infantry just need to fall back. Battle Group HQ right here. He's going to go for medics and probably for Ford HQ eventually. Don't think really Ford would. Blue's not going for another 50 cal. Of course, got the captured 50 cal there. Jump Pioneers got the detection ability.
Has been permanently established as a static post.
Fuel sector now being built, or fuel cache. Let's see. Yellow has enough for a major. Of course, it doesn't have deployed in the field. Blue's just a little bit shy of it. Yellow's also looking for a pack howitzer against all the support weapons his teammate has donated to Magenta. That's probably a good idea. Red right now does try and go for the sheer Panzer quarters. He may eyeing for either Panzer IV or just for the King Tiger. Does force back the captured mortar. Magenta's going for Oklahoma Panzer IV, very nice. And he of course has selected breakthrough reduction. He can go the Tiger, but I don't think that's going to be really necessary. Lieutenant getting picked off by the Jaeger infantry. In comes the Rangers. 50 cal hits the Jaeger infantry, so they need to fall back like there. Medics and Ford HQ has been researched. The captain not getting hit by the sheer Panzer quarters. Oops, sorry, hit my microphone.
Put everything on the lead element. The command vehicle has gone static. HQ operations now underway.
OKW Panzer IV now deployed in build queue, or has been deployed on the field and going for the pinto mount.
Secure. Good work, men.
Got a light AT mine there, very nice. It's in the middle of rubble brick, so it can be somewhat hard to see there if it does get swept. Rangers heading down south for the winter. Both grenades in a good position, however, to engage. You're going to be firing away. I really don't like the fact you just have full fire turn on. Gotta be on point from the micro if you have full fire turn on like that, and for you infantry, it's just more just use a good idea, just have it a move everywhere. Rangers pushing forward. I'm going to see massive crush here. Does treat impact for the crush connects. New soul as well, very nice. And I think the light 18 mine just got detonated there. Captain and Pathfinder's advancing. Cal hitting the rifle squad. 50 cal trying to hit the 50 cal. 50 cal could retaliate against 50 cal by firing the 50 cal against it. And likely the 50 cal would win the fight. Pathfinder does take a hit there from the Panzer IV. Looks like the 50 cal is being struck by the Volcanic Warfare, allowing the Volcanic Warfare to hit the 50, allow the 50 cal to hit the 50 cal. Good shot there. Barely alive. Just needs to get behind this line side blocker and try to clear it out with something. Maybe with some smoke around some lag. Traveling down south over here wouldn't be half bad direction for it. M1 gun right there. He is maintaining out of vision range. Now I believe the guy will escape on out of there. Up north, we got the Volksengers push right forward. Good damage on the captain. Rangers now advancing. Lots of misses there for bazookas. Rifle or Lieutenant push right forward. Lieutenant himself is carrying the bar, so no Thompson.
Just got a report of an infantry unit being wiped out. Battalion just
Something got wiped out for yellow. Can't say what squad. Looks the captain went down. I think he had a captain. 50 cal does fall back there, and 180 gun falls back as well. I hear more shots. Force back to 50 cal there. And now here's some artillery raining on in. Major artillery likely. And now the Allies do have triple capture in favor. Exploiters has 410 VPs versus just 249. So the Exploiters are still a good position. Great strike there on the captain. Pathfinder's firing away. A lot of good mortar hits there from the captured mortars.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points. A capture point.
Frag grenade there, force with Pathfinders, but I don't think the Pathfinders will be able to decapture this point. Great mortar hit there. Path howitzer firing close range shot there, but the Panzercruisers will escape it. That probably would have been a wipe. And it looks like there was some white phosphorus there when the mortars have been decrewed. Over here, Volkson is pretty forward. Panzer does connect on the cache. And does get immolated a little bit by the incendiary grenade, and another incendiary grenade there. Captain may spin his way into the incendiary grenade. And the cache has been destroyed by the Panzerschreck. Good shot there. The Schumpeter is going to fall back sooner rather than later. They're super wounded right now. Volkswagen is going to fall back. Schumpeter is going to start disintegrating. Pioneers may actually get fully wiped here. It's not being close enough attention. It does get fully wiped there. You know, the Panzer IV rotating around could pen there the Panzer
Point
IV.
is being overrun.
And now with the Jaeger or Panzer Fusiliers on the flank hitting the Pathfinders. Could take out the AT guns. Not much left of that rifle squad either. Major artillery there. It's going to be improved major artillery since Special C2. Ooh, great mortar hit there. Wipes out the rest of the major squad. And the other AT gun has been decrewed. He is behind a bit of light cover. Though that looks like should be heavy cover, honestly. Goes out for a grenade there on the Pathfinders, as avoided. Right now, the airborne player does not have enough munitions, nowhere near enough munitions for a P-47. Blue has not bought a regular Sherman tank. Hope we'll see the dozers. Yes, we're going to see the 50 cal in the dozer.
Infantry support gun, counter fire.
Now we've got some assault artillery being brought on the field. Hensbar maybe splashed a little bit there.
The capture point is under attack.
And there's some smoke there. More smoke being hit there now. Very nice. I like seeing more smoke. Hands Fusiliers at point-blank range of the bar finders. We got more Pathfinders to forward there. Does recruit the AT gun for the rifleman. Those Panzer IV gets a good shot there on the Pathfinder squad. This guy doesn't need to fall back there. Does get in there. Combat Blitz active. You can bring an AT grenade there. Does get hit there again. Reverse into the thing. Receiving miss there. He may be able to save one more shot. Rolls a miss there. Panstruck's been dropped. Amazing anti-tank rifle grenade there. Panstruck may gets a good hit there. One more Panstruck shot when he goes down. He does put 50 cal on the retreat. And hits the Panstruck squad. Does save his Panzer IV. A little bit iffy there. We do have a sector assault available for red. And got the Lieutenant Volume back there. Wipes out the 50 cal once again. And could grab it for himself. Got a nice Valkyria Chronicles Jagdpanzer. I always love the Valkyria Chronicles. Who doesn't like overly ornate tanks? Take some pride in what units are playing on the field. Good hikes around there. And of course, oops, sorry, I hit my microphone pretty hard there. Not sure if there's any historical reference of having shark teeth right there on a Sherman tank, but there is actually a historical reference to put a cat face on top of the turret. That was the Chinese that led these tanks during World War II. So putting face on tanks is actually historically accurate. Or some tanks at least. Jaeger infantry getting crushed there. Does hit the retreat button. We've got the sector assault being summoned. Good hits on the Sherman tank. Splashes some officers as well. Yeah, Konza gets a good shot there as well. The main gun is destroyed. And there goes the Sherman tank.
We just lost a medium tank.
Sherman tank advancing.
Tank support is
Oh,
here.
thanks. Sorry, I just saw some comments there. I've not been paying attention to the comments. Thank you for the comment on Rumble. And hard to find games anymore. Company Heroes 3, yeah. Company Heroes 3, I refuse to touch it. The game is abysmal, at least in single play. It pissed me off so much, I refuse to even try to look anything good about it. I mean, the single player, as far as I can tell, is still crap. Still just a bunch of skirmish mode over and over and over again, looks like. So what's the point of a campaign at that point? Yeah, Panzer does take a bit of damage there. And the Panzer does take a bit of damage there. A lot of damage. Make it wiped out there. If he would have stuck around a little bit longer, he would have got the kill. Panzer Fusiliers push right forward. 50 cal getting flanked. And looks like the barrage there wipes a couple weapons. Here's that weapon there. And I think I hear, yep, there's the Tigra. And looks like the Panzer does take an engine crit, a light AT mine to do a temporary crit. Not even really that base. I mean, it's just when it comes to Giant Grant Games, it's a great game of great video explaining how to get people to play RTSs. Or at least when it comes to translating into multiplayer, what's generally how people their course of actions when playing RTSs. They first play the campaign. That's pretty common. They play campaign. Then a lot of times players then play skirmish mode before they actually do anything multiplayer. And since Company Heroes 3 is the campaign just skirmish mode with no real objectives, so they go from playing skirmish to skirmish, which means they don't tend to go past any farther. Then next up is, of course, versus AI, team versus AI, and then actually start playing 1v1s, 2v2s, 3v3s, and all that sort. But since it goes from campaign of playing skirmish mode to skirmish mode in that course of logic, you players don't go any further. It's designed to fail, and ultimately. Good frag grenade there. For RTS is actually pretty hard to actually convince players to actually play multiplayer. After all, he did a bit of breakdowns like, oh, here's what RTS and Steam achievements has the highest rate of play in multiplayer game. And it's usually at highest, like 10%. Not good. About 90% of RTS players don't go to multiplayer. An RTS has to have a good single player. And multiplayer games are largely overrated in my opinion, solely multiplayer. Like a lot of companies have been focused on battle royales and other multiplayer only games. There's a reason why a lot of single player games have been left to squander. Good pen there. Good pen there onto the Jackson. Oh, howdy. Well, you want to see the ending of it? Yeah, Panzer backs on off, but do now the people with some striking. Panzer 4 has a little bit of damage here, not too much damage here. Just need to fall back a little bit just to be safe. The pin out will reveal the Panzer 4, so maybe more straight up. I think one of the P4s got shot down. Panzer Fusiliers advance way forward. There's some good damage there onto the 50 cal. 50 cal make it decrewed. Before some strafe onto the Panzer 4, getting some damage. I think it's at 50% health. And the Icons does fall back there. Panzer Fusiliers taking some damage. They're going to throw a stick bomb. Good hit on the Rangers. That Ranger does fall back. Yeah, you got the captain and lieutenant push way forward with the Rangers. Rangers does get some good pens there on the Panzer, but got Oberthausen and Jägerl infantry there. So the officers won't be able to do much versus that good amount of units there. Rifles going to the central VP. The Allies are running low on VPs. Sherman tank advancing. They splash it there onto the Panzer Fusilier. Landmine right there, so the something may find it, so let's just say. Like Emergency 3, taking some fire there. Pathfinder firing away. We've got the Panzer advancing. Grenade there on the captain. And the captain does fall back. May get wiped out there, but looks like not. Is that one guy remaining? He will just take it and hide supervise production of something, such as the deployment of the AT gun. Cal's in the corner, but right now we've got double capture for the Allies. They have 56 tickets remaining, so they got to maintain the capture in their favor. They don't have too many VPs and give up.
AT gun ready.
Lieutenant advancing up north. There is the captain up here as well. Not capturing up anything at the moment. Sherman tank starting to fall on the back. And do have actually another ranger on the field.
Orders.
So there's quite a bit of mission stored on up. He does get a fresh Sherman tank in the field, so probably should go for the 50 cal, but could also eye to spam on some white phosphorus rounds. Sherman white phosphorus rounds are pretty effective. Rangers push forward. Mortar does fall back there. I think the mortar itself just took a direct hit from a bazooka. Hands forward, but CQ there. Up north, just officers kept at that point. The icons are could use better repairs. Good shot there onto the Sherman tank. And the Kaiser force on the fall back there. Rangers are advancing. Obsas intercepting. Yag Panzer, Yag Tiger heading down south. See him bounce from the AT gun. Rangers getting apart there by the Obsasen. The Yag Panzer does get a good pen there on the Sherman tank. One quietly keeps his distance. And the regular rifle squad here with the Pain Shrek. Looks like maybe got some hits there. Maybe some support there from the AT gun. True Mine still there. Captain advances forward. These guys win. He hits the retreat button immediately upon hearing the Calliope. Very good idea. Though that Obsas just run through a bit of a gauntlet. But let's see, we'll skip on in there, and the Volkswagers will largely avoid the barrage. 50 cal in the region, so it's going to need some fire support to protect them. Maybe a smoke barrage so the Volkswagers can capture the northern point. Or see allied barrage there from a lag perhaps. 50 cal takes a pretty good hit there. Red is now deployed to King Tiger. As Cruisers push on the flank, eats a high explosive round there. One too spicy for them at the moment. There's a stick bomb there. And there's an anti-tank rapid grenade there. Yagons gets a good hit there. One more shot to Yagons down. He had got an AT grenade off there. And the Yagons, if it connects, it will kill it. He did kill it. But here comes P-47s. Yagons take a bit of a beating. That's still a good idea. Just back on the wall. One of the sheer transports are firing away. King Tiger straight forward. I played too much War of Thunder and like, oh, that's a really bad angle. He can't shoot down, but wrong angle. Good hit there. P-47 still flying about. A lot of hits there on the King Tiger. And these guys need to start falling back. I think the King Tiger, if he gets one well-placed shot like that, got a good hit there. Lieutenant needs to fall back as well. King Tiger will need some repairs. He does not have Stone Pioneer anymore, so you may get another one for repairs. Recognizes Q will not be enough. He can ask his teammate for a better hand. But he probably wants to repair up his Panzer IV first. Somebody just died there. Ooh, I see a lot of death markers. He's down to one Obsas and one Volks. He needs to get out Stone Pioneer and maybe another Obsas. Yeah, Kanza may have got a good shot there on the Sherman tank. Pack also may have got a rearmor hit there. Not too important though. Super Spruce by Magenta, not a bad idea. Yellow has decent number of support weapons. 2 AT guns, 1 pack howitzer.
We're losing a capture point.
Heads for 0 push forward, Captain 1 to flank. And AT guns just being pursued. Sherman tank, pikes his rounds loaded. Rolls a pretty sizable mess there. And tank rifle grenade will connect.
The capture point is being overrun.
Captain does fall back away from the Panzer IV. Here comes the Yag Tiger. Roger Sherman tank up here. Ooh.
We lost a gun crew.
You got pretty lucky with that shot there. Yag Tiger's not exactly good versus infantry, but I think the direct hit. And does get another direct hit there. Good shot there. A lot of bazooka hits there. Bazooka Rangers show little mercy. I hear a lot of AT gun shots there. Rangers do take out the Panzer IV.
Medium tank was destroyed.
And Lucy does find the shoe mine there. Get the cow back there. Overclassing the dance way forward with a like. Looks like a bit of dog problem point there. Got some type of favorite Axis players. I'm not sure the like's actually going. Super Swoosh just rolls a pretty sizable miss there. King Tiger fighting against the Rangers, getting hit. Here comes Fly through Rocket Barrage, force back to Overclassing. Brad may need to go for a 7 Stone Pioneer just for repairs. Rangers for Sherman tank here. Good hit there onto the Rangers. I think the Rangers are pretty stacked up right there, so again, not much, just a bit of a ditch there, so it made it easy for the King Tiger to fire a little bit more downwards. Nice grenade there, and there. Captain wiped out, very nice. Sherman tank falling back, high explosive rounds loaded. Everything got decleared there. Hescusers could try grab an AT gun or two and rotate around with the Sherman tank. And or Jackson, but he does of course have the Yag Tiger, which just nailed the Sherman tank. Anti-tank rifle grenade? No. Drum Pioneers engaging. And of course rifle squad as well. Looks like the Yag Pawns are taking a double tap there for something. Jackson likely. And looks like the Yag Tiger rolled a miss on the Jackson. 2 shots and Jackson's done for. And looks like Red does grab himself an M1 AT gun. And now got the barrage order from the Yag Tiger, which is actually not a half bad infantry ability. Just a little bit on the expensive side at costing 40. And there goes the Yag Panzer. Jackson trip forward hits the King Tiger. Yag Tiger needs some fire support. Not properly rotating over here.
Americans are failing. They're down to 25 points.
Got triple capture against the Allies, not good. This point was will be decaptured. King Tiger being hit. Yag Tiger not going to be hit by the loiter. King Tiger down. Central VP just decaptured, but the Allies still have many VPs remaining. They have to start decapturing. They actually decaptured up here. Nice pair drop. Yag Tiger could go down. Jacksons are being aggressive. Sherman being for support.
We're down to 10 points.
Seem to capture so in favor of the Axis players. Yag Tiger gets a good pen there. He does good frontal armor. Rolls in this there. It is going to see forward. Bazookas rolls and bounces there, so does Jackson. Maybe a stun grenade onto the Rangers. Jackson rolls another miss there. And Mortar does get decrued. Jackson rolls a bounce there. Bazooka Rangers is just pursuing. And the Yag Tiger does go down. Jackson goes down. And now we've got the Sector Assault. Just got enough munitions for it. Live on the later side. And Shrek hits the Sherman tank. Knocks out his gun. Loiter 1 hits the Sherman tank. Loiter 2 almost hits the Sherman tank, but does manage to escape on out of there. Up north, got the Obsessor decapture deployed. This guy is suppressed from the loiter. Obsessor needs to stay on the point. Quick frag on the Volks. And the Pathfinders or Parachute Squad does fall back. Got a pretty nice bit of the Panzers there. Massive frag hit there. Knocks back the Lieutenant and the Rangers, just leaving the Captain. That frag allowed him to win the fight. Ooh, but he takes up the Panzers here. Volksgrenadiers just need to get close. Maybe try to creep right there to get the points to be captured. They only need to take out a little bit more VPs and they win. Down south, looks like it's handily in favor of the allies. Like here, capture the AT gun. I don't think that's a good idea right now. Smoke barrage from his teammate would be quite nice. Good. Volkswagen needs to get hit. Storm Pioneers. No, don't retreat back. The point guys off there, so they forfeit the decapture. Very poor play there. Now the Pathfinder is going to use a smoke there. Red 4 Obsatsen versus the 2 Storm Pioneers. Triple Bazooka Rangers there. Bundle Grenade. Nails the Pathfinders, the more important squad there. Pathfinders off the point. Central point decaptured. Thompson Rangers versus Border versus 2. I think that was squad wipe there. Fragile smoke. Frag there. Maybe a bundle grenade here. This guy is suppressed. Does avoid the paratrooper squad. Paratroopers falls back. Bundle grenade there. Gets a good hit there on the Rangers. The cow hitting this Ranger squad there. Shooting tank here. Obsatsen now on the VP. Captain now on top of VP. Captain Thompson's up and going, as well as the bar. This LMG upgrade. Obsatsen gets wiped out, drops the LMG as well. The Captain maybe will pick it up, can pick it up. Up north, paratroopers decapture this point there. This point's being captured on up. Axis allies are running out of VPs now. But not captured. All points neutral. Nice smoke barrage there from the Sherman. Central point captured, so they stabilize. Southern point captured, still stable. And Northern VP will remain in Allies' hands. So VP could be decaptured. Don't go for the AT gun, go for the win. There's 5 VPs remaining. After the AT gun, it's going to get decreed by the Thompson Rangers. Rangers with bazookas here. They only have really the cooked frag. Magenta goes for his own King Tiger. Red should just go for a Pants 4. He has no. Does go for a Pants 4. He could cancel that go for a King Tiger, couldn't he? Watch queue up the second Pants 4 if he's going for Pants 4s. Central point being neutralized. Southern point is being neutralized. And looks like the northern point will be neutralized. The unvetted Obsassens just go straight to the VP. Let the combat squad get the decapture. Southern point is neutral, and looks like it will remain neutral for now. It's Cal hitting the Bazooka Rangers. He does have access to the cover smoke. And does have a Sherman here to capture that one AT gun. King Tiger hits the captain. The Cal needs to keep on pushing forward. That could be game if you push forward. Foos barrage. I thought I heard. Is that even still alive? No, it's not. Northern point has been captured. Southern point being neutralized. 50 cal will be harder to displace than the unvetted squad. As we move forward, they should just run past the Thompson Rangers, go straight for the VP. Open up Panzer 4 straight forward. You can go for another open up Panzer 4. Just get on the build queue, get on the field, get anything on the field at this point in time. They have 5 VPs need to obtain. Great Heightsmith around there won't be able to neutralize the point. Magenta is breakthrough. He should have done breakthrough tactics. He forgot. This ability, sometimes people will just forget. Sometimes people spam it out. Sometimes people forget entirely. Usually at that point would have spelled game over, but looks like now 2 points are captured and looks like it's going to go in Axis victory. And that is the end of the replay. This is Aaron Grade saying thank you for watching and on to the next replay.